do, loop. This loop repeats the statements depending upon the condition placed either after do or after loop. Do while loop. This loop repeats a block of statements as long as the condition evaluates to be true. This loop is used when a condition needs to be tested first, and if the condition is true, only then the statement in the loop body should be executed. The syntax of do while loop is do while, test condition, executable statements, loop. Structure of do while loop. First, it begins with a do while statement. The statement is used to define the condition that is to be tested first. Second, it ends with a loop statement. The loop statement is used to indicate the end of the loop. The loop is terminated when the test condition becomes false. Send the control back to the do while statement to check if the condition continues to be true or not. Third, the statements that are to be repeatedly executed are written between the do while and loop statements and thus constitute the body of the loop. When the loop is being executed, one of the statements in the loop body should set the test condition to false to terminate the loop. If it remains true, it will repeatedly execute the statements and the loop is then called an infinity loop. You can stop an infinite loop by pressing Ctrl plus break keys. Example 6. Write a program to print asterisk 10 times. N is equal to 1. Do while n is smaller than 10. Print asterisk n is equal to n plus 1. Loop. The second line, do while n is smaller than or equal to 10, first tests the condition n is smaller than or equal to 10. If it is true, that is, if n is lesser than or equal to 10, then the loop body statement print asterisk is executed. The next statement increments the value of n by 1. At this, when n is equal to 1, the condition is true as 1 is smaller than 10. It will print asterisk on the screen and now n becomes 2. Once it reaches the loop statement, it again tests the condition n is less than or equal to 10. If the condition is true, it repeats the loop execution, otherwise it terminates. When n becomes 11, the test condition becomes false as 11 is greater than 10, so the loop is terminated. Example 7. Write a program to print all even numbers from 0 to 30. N is equal to 0. Do while n is smaller than or equal to 30. Print n is equal to n plus 2. Loop. Example 8. Write a program to print sum of all even numbers from 0 to 20. N is equal to 0. Sum is equal to 0. Do while n is smaller than or equal to 20. Sum is equal to sum plus n. N is equal to n plus 2. Loop. Print the sum is sum. Output of example 8. Example 9. Write a program to let 5 people input their age in years. Print the names of valid voters if the age is 18 years or more. CLS. I is equal to 1. Do while I is smaller than or equal to 5. Input. Enter the name. N $. Input. Enter the age A. If A is greater than or equal to 18, then print N $, is a valid voter, else print N $, is not a valid voter. And if I is equal to I plus 1, loop. Output of example 9. Do loop while. Do loop while also repeats as long as the condition is true. In the do loop while, the loop body is executed first before checking the condition, and if the condition evaluates to be true, then it repeats the execution of the loop body. The syntax of do loop while is do executable statements, loop while test condition. Structure of do loop while. First, it begins with a do statement. Second, it ends with a loop while test condition statement. The loop statement is used to signal the end of the loop, check for the condition, and if it is true, the control is again transferred to the do statement. Third, the statements that are to be repeatedly executed are written between the do and loop while statements. The do loop while is an exit controlled loop because the control statement is given at the exit of the loop. It will execute statements written between the do and loop while statements and then check for the test condition. If the condition is true, then only it moves again to do and further executes the statements following do. Since the test condition is checked at the end of the loop, therefore the do loop while executes the loop body at least once, no matter what the condition is. Example 10. Write a program to print sum of all even numbers from 0 to 20 using do loop while. N is equal to 0, sum is equal to 0, do, sum is equal to sum plus n is equal to n plus 2, loop while n is smaller than or equal to 20, print the sum is sum. Output of example 10. Example 11. Write a program to print the product of first 10 natural numbers. N is equal to 1, prod is equal to 1, do, prod is equal to prod into n is equal to n plus 1, loop while n is smaller than or equal to 10. Print the product is prod. Output of example 11. Example 12. Write a program to print squares of first 5 natural numbers. Num is equal to 1, sq is equal to 1, do, sq is equal to num multiplied by num, print sq, num is equal to num plus 1, loop while num is smaller than or equal to 5.